Good afternoon, Southern California. I'm John Baldwin with John Hart Real Estate, and today is May 9th, 2022. So if you've been watching the stock market today, it took a pretty big tumble. We're over 600 points down on the Dow. S&P 500 tumbles 500 to below 4,000 to the lowest level of the year. All right, we're going to jump into that in a second, but I also want to touch on what's happening in crypto because crypto is taking a beating today as well. So let me see if I can pull that up and I will get that on the screen here in a second. But what we're looking at with crypto tumbling also because people have been saying, hey, crypto is the new hedge against inflation. It's the new gold. It's the new whatever. But the Dow is tumbling, the NASDAQ is tumbling. I'm not cheering these on. I think it's bad that they're tumbling. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm looking at is everybody who was claiming that crypto or stocks or anything like that was going to be a hedge against inflation hasn't been paying attention to history. So what we're looking at here is this is why real estate is such a better long-term investment in my opinion. Now, I am a realtor. I am biased. I believe in real estate. But I'm going to jump over to coindesk.com because it has a nice scroll of all that's going on with crypto right now. And so I'm going to turn on the scroll so we can get it moving. But look at that, down 9%, down 9.79%, down 11.51%. Now, if crypto was a great hedge against inflation, we would be seeing those numbers be pretty stable, even though the Dow is taking a hit, because everybody should be looking at 8.5% inflation and going, what is my hedge? What is my safe haven? The Dow is taking a hit. The NASDAQ is taking a hit. I need to put my money someplace. So in theory, they were arguing that crypto was the next great hedge against inflation. Now, again, I'm a big believer in real estate. I think that income property, multifamily, and that kind of thing is the wave of the future. What better way to park some money than, let's say, I'm just going to throw out a random number, $1 million. You could buy a duplex for $1 million cash, rent both units out, and your $1 million is going to sit there stable, and then you're going to get cash flow off the property. Now, there may be short-term fluctuations in the value of that property, but over any 7 or 10 year period, I mean, we see it always going up. Now, remember, in 2008, 2009, the real estate market went off a cliff. We had all that subprime toxic mortgages out there. And, so we don't have those underpinnings. We have a fundamentally much more stable and solid market than we did during the '04 to '08 boom, because during the '04 to '08 boom, if you had a pulse, they would give you $500,000. I mean, this was an insane period in lending. It's like, the joke was if you could, put a mirror under somebody's nose and they fogged the glass, that they could get a $500,000 loan. So now I'm looking at all this, I still think crypto is interesting. I don't know enough about it, but claiming it's a hedge against inflation when I'm seeing this as the stock market tumbles, as the NASDAQ tumbles, and then we see crypto tumbling too. But what's up right now? Real estate's up. It's not tumbling. Interest rates are up. Your cost of borrowing money is up, but we're not seeing, real estate fall off a cliff. Now, remember, fundamentally, the '04 to '08 market was very different. Subprime mortgages, negative amortization mortgages, liar loans, and then you have a pulse, you fog the glass kind of loans. I mean, it was an insane market from '04 to '07. And then in '08, everything just blew up. So I'm a big believer in multifamily. I'm a big believer in real estate. I actually bumped into a guy who, what they do is every time they have a little bit of money, they do what I effectively called land banking. They buy a piece of property and park their money because they know, yes, you'll have short-term fluctuation, but over time, it's going to be stable. Plus, banks fail, businesses go bankrupt, Land always exists. It's very rare that you have a piece of land just disappear. Now, it's not impossible. I had a client who had a property in San Clemente down near San Diego, and that was a house built on a hillside, and the house slid down the hill. Now that is a super rarity, but I don't want to give you, all the rosy stuff without giving you a counterexample. So, but again, I'm a big believer in real estate. 'Cause think, if you could park that $1 million, get $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, whatever your rental is off of that duplex, triplex, quadruplex, whatever it is. So you get to keep the money and get cash flow off of it. And then when you're ready to go and you need that money, you can refinance, pull money out that way, keep the asset. Or how about this? You can sell the asset, move the money, and there you go. You still had the cash. It was easy. This is why real estate is such a great investment. It allows you to have your cake and eat it too. So you get to spend money and keep your money. So, I mean, this is why I love multifamily. So the other thing I want to jump on today is we have the signs in for our Safe and Slow campaign. So check out the website. You should be able to see it at the top of the page here on Rumble and YouTube. If you're seeing this on Instagram, jump over to my website, homesbybaldwin.com, and you'll see the website. It's linked there, or you can just go to safeandslow.com/John B, and you'll get there, and that'll it'll let me know that I need to drop off a sign. So it's these great yard signs. Has a different holder than the one we have in the picture. It's the more simple underneath the sign holder. But I've got 50 of these, and they're in my car right now, ready to be dropped off, because what we've noticed around LA and sort of everywhere is post-pandemic, once everything opened up, people are driving like maniacs. Absolute maniacs. And so we need people to slow down, pay attention. I personally have been hit almost 3 times in my neighborhood walking Merlin around. My neighborhood in Valley Village, we don't have sidewalks. So we all walk in the street, and it's something where if you're not familiar with our neighborhood, you may drive it a little fast, and then all of a sudden you're coming around a corner and there are people there in the middle of the street, because that's what we do. We don't have sidewalks. That's why we like Valley Village. So there's that. And then also, and I'll be putting this in my blast email that's going out to my database today. Up at our La Crescenta office, it's the office for John Hart that we refer to as the campus. It's the big office. And it's right on Foothill in La Crescenta at the La Cañada border right there. So you go straight up the 2 to Foothill, and you bang a left and go west on Foothill, and you can't miss it. It's on the south side. We are having professional photographers on the 14th and 15th. So this coming weekend, bring your family, bring the kids, bring the dog, ice cream, all sorts of stuff going on. But my broker is going to have multiple photographers there with, backdrops and whatnot. So get your family photos taken, because, I mean, it's time. It's that time, your kids are only 5, 6, 7, 8 years old once. So, make those family memories. It's my broker is paying for it. So it's a great opportunity for you to get family photos without having to go out of pocket. Plus, you'll get to meet other families and ice cream, and it'll be a fun weekend. So that's up at our campus location in La Crescenta on Foothill, right at the La Cañada border. But basically, the easy one is you go up the 2, you get off at Foothill, go west on Foothill, and then on the south side, you'll see our big JH sign, and we got a nice big building there. So check it out, or give me a call, 213-973-3777, and I can give you directions. In the blast email today that's going out to my database, or you can call me and get me to send it to you directly. We're going to have a Calendly link so you can pick a slot so you can get in, and so it can be a little more organized than just, chaos. But if you show up, I don't think there'll be a problem just showing up and trying to get in line. But the Calendly link is there to kind of try to dial in and make it a little more organized than just a free-for-all. So give me a call, 213-973-3777, and let's get your house sold.